Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapes 2. We are going through the basics, and right now we are going through the basics of building a MAM, or a make anything machine. Now, one of the things I've forgotten to say for the past 2 episodes is this is the way I'm building this particular MAM. This is not the right way. This is a right way. This is one way you can build a MAM, but it's not the only way. There's a ton of different ways to build it. So that, again, is part of the fun of shapes, is there's not ever one right answer. I did connect up all the other shape deliveries. I just realized, too, that our train has the spacers in it. So I'm going to put real cars in there. And I'm giving it 5 cars. The one thing we haven't done yet is create the pin shape. So I think we'll do that this episode. One of the things, though, is that we last episode I got kind of not stymied. I just got sidetracked with this. So we created a hack to be able to handle these hourglass shapes on layers, but we don't want hacks. We want the real McGillicuddy, right? We want the real deal. The hack was to swap in a knot. All right. But we don't want that. We want to do this. All right. So I've got the that shape in there right now. So here's what I'm going to do. What we want is, even though both of these are, the problem is that we have these 2 shapes come together here and then run into a stacker. Well, if there's not something being fed into both sides of the stacker, then no shape comes out. It's a null shape. What we need to do is say, hey, even if one of these is lit up, then it's okay to send a signal out here. So here's the way I would go about doing this. I'm going to bring a wire up here and a wire up here. Then come in here and use the XOR gate. So the XOR gate activates if exactly one input is on. And see, that is activated. Then I'm going to pop it in there. So that means we are activated. Let's do the same over here. That. And then boop, boop. Yay. All right, so let's get rid of the not gate, which, yes, we've gotten rid of that there and gotten rid of that there. So if we clear out all this stuff, we should see, yes. So these are coming in to here and going to make our hourglass shape now. So that is what we are looking for. Clear those out. And perfect. So that is going to now send it off to our final stage, which for this layer is different because this is our first layer. It's eventually going to be our top layer. So what we need to do now is say, hey, is there a second layer to this thing? And if yes, then send us off to be part of a stacker. Because again, all of this infrastructure is for one single layer. Okay. So let's do this. Let's put this in here. And so this one is a little different than the others because this is the only one where it's going to be a yes or no. Well, not really. This is the only one where it's like, all right, nope, this is it. So send it off. So what I want to do is basically this. I'm going to copy this guy down here. So the shapes are going to come in here. Why do we only have shapes on one layer? What is the deal there? What did I mess up? All right. This is 3 layers. this is 3 layers. 3, 3, 3, 3. But yeah, we don't have any shapes on the top there. Is it this? No, this is... Oh, there we are. And same over here. Alright. And... Oh. Was that just that? Yeah, we're good there. And we're good here. Alright, so yay. Alright. Okay, now we've got other layers too. My goodness. Okay, good. So that is working. So what we want to do is say, hey, if there is a second layer, send it down this way. If there's not, then go ahead and send it out here and load it up. So we'll get a train shape loader going there. Now, how are we going to determine if we have multiple layers? Well, so I tried building a very complex system, which I know you could do. I didn't do it right. So let's do this. If we have a 2-layer shape, CU. All right. So it looks like this with this guy on the bottom. That's right. This is the bottom. So whichever one is down here will be the top. So what we want to do is a unstacker. Okay, and yeah, we need that up here. And I'm going to flip it, put it down. All right, so now you can see we've got this over here. So yeah, let's do this. And take that there. Nope. Is that right? Yeah. No, that's not right because of all these. We need this up here. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to scooch it off this way. And put that there. Get rid of it there. All right. Yes. Perfect. All right. So that's what we want. Then we've got another wire coming down here like so. Then this would be for layer 2. So if we copy this, and I think put it there. Yeah. Oh, that's not what we want. All right. Let's build out a full 4-layer thing. So we've got circles, so let's do rectangles. I mean squares. And then we will do spikes. Alright, there is a multi-layer shape. Yeah. Alright. So this, and again I'm going to do a Shift F. Put it down. Now we've got spikes on the bottom. And squares next. Yeah, so spikes are, this is our top shape. This is working. So boom, and then squares. Okay, then let's just take this whole thing, do that, and do that. Alright, so what do we have? It should be spikes, squares, circles, windmills. So spikes, squares, circle, windmill. Perfect. That's what we wanted. This one doesn't need the divider because the only one that's left after this is that single layer. So again, yeah, spikes. So this is showing what's on top. Now again, if we come back in here, get rid of all of these, then this is the only one that's active up here. So that's what's showing up here. So, all right. Now we just need to copy all these guys down and then arrange them, change their ooh, that's not right. There we go. That, and that. All right. So this is that, which is what we want. This guy, so I'm calling this layer 1 because this is the layer that will always be on the top. And let's just confirm that. So again, it's not true. This is, now this one is circles. So yeah, the way this is working is that the top layer is always going to be down here. This is part of it that I always hate. Next one, squares. So that means this is squares? Yeah, so this is now squares. All right. So, oh my goodness. All right, if you like watching Gramps squirm in his seat, then please like and subscribe. All right, so that's fine. This is fine. This is good. It's what we want. You can see we've got full shapes now. And you can see now this one is, yeah, windmills again. And then, oh no, this one is circles. So as we're getting circles through, everything else is going off into trash. So why is this? Oh, there's a conflict because we've got multiple things broadcasting out on the same channel. All right, so let's do this. Let's change this to be, what if we did this? Is that what we want? No. We could build it backwards so we always have the same thing representing the same layer, and that's probably the better way to go, because that way, you know, if we're doing a shape that grows incrementally like this, you know, this guy's going to be on the bottom for these three. On this one, then it's no longer on the bottom because now it's in the middle. But if this is always doing the top layer, then that's fine. So how do we do that? Way we do that, I think, is from building from the bottom up. No, because... Yeah, see, this is top. Alright, all we need to do is have these be separate signals. Is the main thing. So we'll do this. And I'm just going to copy that. Alright, then same here. And here. Alright, so now we have two different layers. We can just do that. And yeah, now you see we do not have the conflict anymore. And we should just have squares going through, right? Yes. Just squares are going through. I did not yet connect the fluid for colors. So that's another thing that needs to be done. But I want to get this done first. I want to get this figured out first. All right. So, sorry for the zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Oh, here we have an issue. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, so that's not working because this is two layer. So that's interesting. All right, so what we need to do is add a gate. I think we need to do this. Is that if, and then add a signal here that's literally just one. Okay, I think that works. Alright, let's try that by adjusting this. This is the kind of troubleshooting that we get to do. Yes, see, that's working now. Alright, good to know. Did that work? Yes. And there. Alright. Good. Those are all working. Alright, then this one, same thing as the others. Are you? So do a double RU for this layer. And there. Okay, and then this one will be triple RU. So hey, we can just copy all of those. All right. Now, I talked about trash cans the other day. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one of these guys. Put that in there. And yeah, this is all right. So this one we're gonna call just double RU. Then copy that down here. And here. This one. That, and this one, that. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is why not copy all this stuff? There we go. Yeah, that's headed this way. That's not the one we want. We're looking at are you? Boom. That's saying, hey, is this one null? If it is null, then there's no other layer. So you can go into here. But now watch this. If we add a second layer, then it's gonna start going down this way. Because there is an RU. It's not doing what I want it to. Oh, it needs to be connected up here. Right? Yes, it does. There we go. There and there and there, and then this can go. All right. Now, again, back here. That's working as intended. It's sending everything into here, including all the messed up shapes, which is fine. But now, when we make this, no, do not want that. We make this 2-layer. Now it's going to start sending stuff down here. Yay! All right, that's exactly what we want. One more thing is that I'm going to leave room here for a trash can. So I'm going to say, hey, if you're not the shape that we're looking for right now, you need to go into the trash. So I'm going to copy that. And what this should be is our actual final shape, whatever that is. So that should be whatever's coming out of here. And that is going to be, what's the easiest way to do that? Not having this. That needs to be this. I'm going to put it there. And run it straight in. And this is whatever shape we got. So if it's a single shape, then great. Let's see if that works. Boing, boing. Because the only one, yeah, that's going to be fine. Then we need a trash can. So I'm going to grab that from the old archives. All right. This is looking good so far. And let's change this back to our single shape. Our single layer. All right. Oh, yes, I did it. Okay. All right, so these are coming through. But only the correct ones, like there are some correct ones there, are not getting through. Why are they not getting through? Oh, because that's just looking for null. We don't want to look for null in this case. We just want to look for that shape. Here we go. That's what we're doing. All right, we're not doing a compare. We're not doing the, yeah, null or not null comparison. All right, so that's good. That's feeding the right shapes into here. Exactly what we want. We can get rid of these guys. All right. Now, what I want to do is make room for these guys to come down and get layered up with this. So I'm going to copy this whole block. And paste it. But what do we want to do? So if these guys are right, we're gonna bring them down and combine them with these. And so this one is going to be looking for are you. This one saying, hey, are you... Is this shape the correct for these two combined? All right, that's gonna take some. You know what? Let's take a little break from this because my brain is turning to mush. Let's get our little pin shape going. Now this is super easy, actually. All we need to do is find a full shape. One with all 4 quadrants. And I want to use one that's, yeah, like this. And not normal shape, right? So this is just something that we're never going to be using this. All right, so let's get this going. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 13. Is that enough? What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we've got 8. Alright, we're almost doing 8. So let me get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can get rid of this. We'll get rid of this one. And that one. Alright, there we go. And there. Oops. Alright. There we go. Now, I do have... This is another older... blueprint. That is the pin creator. So pin creator... Let me just post it down here. So it uses crystals. What it does is it takes that shape and it basically goes pin, 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 pin. So it takes it and now we just literally have a stack of 4 pins. Then it runs it into a crystallizer. And then after the crystallizer, it does one more pin push. That last pin push shatters all the crystal, because after this one we've ended up with a 4-layer crystal now. It shatters all those crystals and we're left with just a thing of pins. Okay, so I'm gonna take that. Can we do this like this? Yeah, I think we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is going to also require feeding the crystal machine. We're going to do that from underneath. So let's get that going. We've got a fluid unloader. Do this way. And we're going to be here. Nope. And come like so. Excellent. So we need to just start sending fluid. And again, it can be any color. Don't care. They should all be the same color. Because otherwise it's just gonna be chaotic. So let's get our minor fluid. There's 2. 3. Right, so there's a bunch of green coming in. And that one just happens to be nearby, so that's why I chose green. It looks like there's actually a bunch of green around here. I'm going to get rid of that. Oops. Let's instead do this. 2, 3, 4. And this one. And there. 2, 3. 4. All right, we'll do this. There. All right. So we need 3 sets of fluid trains. Yes, we need fluid loaders. And we will do 5 trains per. And again, each one is going to have its own color. Okay, so let's watch what happens. You can see, yeah, now we've got these really kind of pretty. So wait, first of all, shapes come in here. All right, then they get push, 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 push. And now, because the top layer eventually gets shaved off, it's just literally a stack of pins. Then it comes in here, gets crystallized. Now it's just a stack of crystals. Then we run that through a pin pusher, and that shatters the crystals. You see? And we end up with just pins. Alright, those are coming in on this layer. So we will do shape loaders. And then here we'll use our good old red train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll do 10. And that needs to run into our shape guy here. And that is running up here, which is the tallest one. Doke. Oh, did I lose you? Where are you? There you are. So I'm going to go up to the top layer. All right. There we go. Right in there. Perfect. All right, now we've got pins coming in. Oh, well, we will once we do this. Excellent. Okay. Haha. All right. So now, instead of getting all super duper bogged down, let's get this kind of working. Here's the other thing. Is that I need all these to fit. Together. So I think this is too low. So I need to move it up. Which means all this is going to die. All this is going to get disconnected. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be right back. All right, so I have now redirected all these things. We've copied it up a bit. And shapes are coming in. So here's what I want to do... Yeah, we need to do this. Let's come back over here. And let's switch it to the actual operator shape. Okay, so this is pulling in our actual operator shape, which is down here, this guy. Let's just test it with that one first, all right? And I'm going to do... is this. And get a train. Let's use a white train. And we'll have a couple of them here. And shapes. So these will just be single cars. But right now, what should happen is the shape should come down and it should say, hey, you're only one layer, so go this way. And then if you match this shape, which you should, then go into here. Then I want you to come on down here. And jump on in. All right. So again, yeah. So we've got these guys are going through squares and then should be spikes. Squares and spikes are moving through. Now that said, I don't like that all these are just running into the trash. We don't want that. I want them to just sit there and wait instead. Alright, that's something to look at. In the meantime, squares going through, not getting diverted to being painted at all. They're down here. And yes, bottom right. They're jetting along here and up here because there's nothing for them to match up to here, so it skips past this stacker. But it comes in here and it's waiting this stacker for the spike to get matched up. And then look at that. It's coming in. It's working. All right, while that is working, let's see if we've got some operator shapes to claim. This one was at 1.82 million, 2.15 million, 2.5. So that was like almost 5 million shapes we just claimed through there. Yeah, baby. Look at that. We are getting close to our research points. So there it goes. It grabbed a batch of shapes and went in. Now watch what's going to happen. It's going to do that again. There's going to be another train here in a minute. It's going to grab ones from here. Oh, there's a package. All right. Yeah, 2 packages. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. Now watch. See, it jumped in, and this automatically went through. It automatically claims it. So we got those 10 research points, and now it's saying this is the shape we want. So that means that back here, we still have some of the old shape in here, but now all these other old shapes that are coming through are getting sent to the trash. Because we don't want this shape anymore. Now we want a new shape. So there's not really a way to get rid of this. What's going to happen is the new shape is eventually going to start feeding through here. And it's just going to... it'll erase these ones that are in here. Alright? But This is an interesting shape too, so this will be a good test to see if it's going to work. Now we still have spikes, but now you can see it's instead of 2 or 4, it's 3 quadrants. So it's spikes, spikes, and circles. So that means all these old squares that were in here are now going off into the trash. Oh, yeah, see, this is not good. We need to fix that. Like, I don't want it to merge with these. That's going to really slow things down. I think there's a log jam. Yep. We've got a log jam here. So these guys are coming around. What is it? Oh, yeah, it should be circles, not squares. So they are stuck here. Here's the log jam. Because it has said, hey, this should go off in here. So the log jam is that it's waiting for these, which are correct. But now these are all going to be incorrect. Yep. So now it's starting to break through. So that's another thing we need to put in here to, we need to put a flush in right here. Okay, so again, this is going to work. It's just going to be slow. So you can see we're getting the right shape formation, but the wrong shape. So it's because this should be a circle, not a square at the bottom. So they're all going to come in here, but then go off into the trash. But eventually, all these squares are going to clear out. And these guys will all... And see, here's the circles coming in. So these will be circles. So it is working. It's just not working well. All right. So, yeah. What to do? What we want to do is say, are you this? Are you what we expect on the right side, on the east side? And if not, then go to trash. So let's look at this. We can grab this. And I'm going to paste it up here. Because I'm going to combine all this into... Well, can I do that? Can I have this basically be this? I think so. Let's hide all these other ones. That. Okay, so that's that layer going into trash. That's this layer going into trash there. And there. Now, top layer. Easy over here. And there. Yeah. Alright. So that works. Alright, so now it's a one-man flush. So if we change this to be CR, CR, CU, CU. And put that right here. Now these are good, so it should be going through. Oh, I don't want that to be the number one. I wanted that to be actually looking at the shape. Why? Alright, undo. Alright, regardless, right now it should be working. We should be getting our correct shape. Let's see. Still not. Yeah, there we go. There's the correct shape. So there are some correct shapes coming through. Let's let it go. Yes, now they're coming in here. And you can see they're gobbling up the old bad ones. Now again, this is not going to take long. So you can see what I was doing here. It's just not correct. So I think we might need to redo things again, just to add more more fleshers in. And there are definite there are arguments. We've had arguments in previous series of comments about whether or not we need to flush. Do you need to? You don't need to flush, but flushing, I feel, speeds things up, makes it quicker. All right, so we need to do that. We also need to tweak this so we're not getting a merge with bad shapes. And I also want to tweak it so we're not throwing everything away. Like these pins, I don't want all these pins going in the trash. I just want them to come and sit here like that. There we go. So now we've got this guy. And these two. So it's just going to be that half and this half. So again, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here that we don't need. So that's something we're going to work on next episode. We will get our flush system working, and then we'll work on layers. Again, this all works. So you can see how this is all going into the trash. Alright, so we will fix that all next episode, and make it beautimous. Okay, and then we'll start getting some colors in there as well. And once we've got colors in, then it's all bets are off. Alright, thank you so much for watching, my friends. This is Gramps signing off.